So you'll never hear from me that Michigan winters can't be beautiful. Indeed, sometimes they can be. Now when it comes to car batteries, that can be a whole nother thing. We're approximately 1 week into winter weather, and I've already had to replace the battery on the main vehicle that I'm responsible for. So I already know that the other cars are either going to need jumps or new batteries themselves. But I got a new item that might just help with that. See you on the other side. Literally, this is 10 minutes later. So that turned bad fast. So folks, as you can see, the battery on this particular car is completely drained. This is the classic case of a car being rarely driven, but me not having a tender on the battery to keep it charged up. So I want you guys to see the first item that I purchased in an attempt to fix the problem, and that would be this. The Stanley Jump It Jumper. So it's supposed to have 1,000 peak battery amps and 500 cold cranking amps. And I'll tell you what, let's hook it up and see if it starts the car. Check the battery status, getting full lights. And from here, you just need to turn it on and then crank the car. So as you can see, it didn't crank the car, and I'm down to one light. So obviously I was in the market for another one. Something to get any car started with any type of engine I was willing to pay for. And I came across this. Now if you haven't checked it out, Project Farm gives a great video on the comparison of multiple starters. But when I saw this, I knew this was the one I needed to start my cars. But before I talk them up too big, let's make sure it starts the car. So now, with the cables connected, you can see I'm getting a full battery life, and we have a boost button, and once I hit that, hopefully I can start the car. I know you caught those sparks. And now that we know that it works, let's talk about what this thing is. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. What we have here is the world's most powerful power bank jump starter. Now I'm the first one to tell you that ratings can be suspect sometimes, but for this thing to be rated at 4,000 amps is absolutely ridiculous. Now I probably will continue to use the Stanley on bikes, but as far as moving cars immediately, I trust this much more. So the specs are as follows. But they're talking about a 99.2 watt-hour battery capacity, so it's going to take an eternity to charge. And you have your starting current there at 800 amps for 3 seconds and 500 amps for 5 seconds. So basically, this is like getting a brand new 1,000-watt battery and jumping your car off of that. So many things can be charged off of it, but to charge it, you have a Type-C input here. These are your USB outputs and your light, which goes through 3 modes: regular, strobe, and SOS. Here you have your output for your cigarette lighter adapter, and under this tab is where you find your jumper cables will connect to. And I do want to mention right now that sometimes this rubber tab will get in the way of putting your jumper cables in there, so be careful. Now for the price of $161, I think it's well worth it. They do make a lesser model, the GOOLOO 2000, but I'll tell you, out of all the jumper boxes that I have, I am most confident in this. So if you know what I know, you might want to pick one of these up. So this is your boy Kachi's Kid with another product review. I want everybody to have a great night, and you know I'll see you on the next one. Peace, y'all.